Our next guest has cha-cha'd his way to the Strictly Come Dancing dance floor and taken it by storm.
Yes, and we love him. Dancer Johannes Radebe joins us now. Or Jojo, good morning. Before we chat to you, let's take a look at you in action.
And you don't stop, shoot shot, go out into the parking lot, and you get in your car and you drive real far, and you drive all night and then you see the light. Everybody say yeah, 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 say yeah, yeah. You want to hear say yeah, yeah, yeah,
Good morning, Jojo. Oh, so into it.
Good morning, my darling.
It's so lovely to have you here because we watch you every year. You're just a joy on screen. And we just saw that historic moment with you and John Whaite. You made global headlines for being the first same-sex pairing on Strictly Come Dancing. What was it like to be, you know, to have so much focus and attention on that?
It was overwhelmingly beautiful. I say that because I was quite uncertain when I went into the season. I was like, I hope this is well received. But once me and John started and we saw how this was received by the public and mostly how transformative it was, I was left feeling like the world is a better place. And it really restored my faith in humanity because for the longest of time, I really desired to be seen like that. And I have to say, selfishly, after dancing with John, there was a lot of shame that I let go. And I thank Strictly for giving me that opportunity.
Isn't that so wonderful? Why the shame, Jojo?
I think, you know, you would understand. I mean, I think it's always been an internal thing that I grew up thinking that there was absolutely something wrong with me and that I did not deserve love. And it was only, it's unfortunate that it took that particular moment for me to realize that there were people in the world that will always care and love and sometimes actually support you just for who you are. And you should never compromise that.
And you've spoken about how that series and everything you and John went through was how you came out to your family. You know, you're from Zambia in South Africa. So how was that reception? How was that? How has it been?
You know, I come from a township and, you know, quite conservative, isn't it? And I have to say, when I heard that my uncle was setting up cable for my other aunties and my other families in the rural area so that they could just have access to it, to watch it, it really warmed my heart because when I tell you that it was a conversation starter between me and my family about my sexuality and where I am in life and what that looks like, you know, I feel like that series painted a picture for them and they absolutely fell in love with what was happening on screen. They wished me and John could go on and live forever happily after. I was like, it doesn't work like that. But, you know, I think it was the first time they actually realized that there was absolutely nothing wrong because them as well, growing up in that environment, you know, I've always been told that I should bring a wife back home. I should have kids. You know, that's just family what they do, isn't it? But I think after that they understood who am I and it was special.
It's very special. But like, so going back then, what was your childhood like? What was it like growing up for you? Was it difficult?
You know what? I always say it was difficult and absolutely marvelous because I had my mom and my family who really assured me that life is beautiful and I'm worthy. But society at large, really, I was bullied. And I was just told that, you know, there was something wrong with me in that regard. And it was a contrast because I always say I felt safe at home and at dance practice. School was a nightmare. I wanted to run away every time. But home and dance practice was my safe haven. And that's why I think I held on to dance so much. And that's where I lived my life, basically, because it allowed me to express myself. And truthfully so, because I was surrounded by peers that looked and behaved like me, so to speak, and really just understood me. So I have to say, growing up in South Africa was fun, but it was quite stifling in most places. Yeah.
Just that moody teenage picture of you in your school uniform. Everyone has one of those at home, just being like, I don't want to be in the picture. It's amazing. So tell us about the professional dancer. Obviously, we've all gotten, like, dance fans now. Strictly has just opened it up to all of us who haven't a clue. And we're like, oh, Jesus, the step's gone wrong there. And we couldn't do, Wakefield Saturday night. So how do you feel about, us normies at home looking at you, one of the best dancers in the world, being, oh, I don't know about that, Jojo?
That is the beauty of it, isn't it? I always say I'd rather listen to the public than to listen to the mighty four. But Strictly Come Dancing, honestly, because like I said, dance is such a subjective but universal language as well, right? And it's always so lovely to hear other people's opinion of what they think. Never make anything of it, though, I always say. But it's always lovely because, like I said, the reach that this show has got in this country is quite amazing. And it really brings a lot of people joy. And like when I say families gather around at 6:30 and say, make a cuppa, pour a glass of Prosecco to sit down, I think that is the most wonderful thing. And I wish for it to long continue.
Yeah.
Yes. And are you going to continue in it?
Yes, I am.
Yes,
Yes, I am.
yay.
Yes, so I will see everybody back. I said I'm not leaving the show until I've left that glitter ball.
Okay. Now you swapped the dance floor for the stage because this show is made for you. Kinky Boots. I mean, literally, it was made for you. Tell us about the show and the part you play.
The show has been long in conversation with my producers. It's taken 3 years for me to build the confidence to say yes to it. I didn't want to take this job because I was scared of the celebrity casting issue. I didn't want to go on stage and be told that, I don't belong. So I really put in the work when it came to singing and acting. And it was the most liberating thing because I think I've always just shied away from singing because I was told that I sound like a sheep. But it just took it took a lot of hard work because I knew that there were big boots to fill. But saying that, musical theatre is a wonderful, wonderful outlet. And I think like Strictly, but in the most immediate way, you have a live audience and the message of the story is communicated, which is accept others for who they are. Yes, because it speaks to who I am and my values in life. This character, I've really grown in it, doing it every day. But I have to say the cast in this show are just phenomenal. So I'm surrounded by love and I've never felt family like I have with this bunch. But when I tell you that it's an obscure story, small story from Northampton about a guy saving a factory, but most importantly, the story then he meets this drag queen from London who then they try and save this factory from going down. But through that story, so much has been told. And it just says that, like I said earlier, if you accept others for who they are, this world will be a better place. I can't tell you how I feel like it's aligned to my life and my values. And yes, I am enjoying every single minute of it.
I know that your mom is delighted that you're in the show and you have been working on your voice for 3 years, professional lessons. It's meant to be just fantastic and a huge congratulations. You are bringing the show to Ireland. Kinky Boots, the musical, it's going to be in the Bord Gáis Energy Theatre Tuesday, the 15th of July to Saturday, the 19th of July. And of course, you can get tickets online. Johannes, it has been a pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.
Can't wait to see you in it because it's a great show. Can't wait to see you.
Thank you so much for your time. I appreciate it and I hope to see you all there.
We will. We'll be there waving on.
Thank you,
Thank you so much. Thank you.